Hey, what's up, everybody? BDO 44 coming at you in another video. All right, so I hear the Lakers are interested in returning to the drawing board with the Atlanta Hawks in regards to DeJounte Murray. That's kind of the latest what's going on right now. But, you know, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, if you kind of read what goes on when transactions are actually done, you realize that it's like 8 or 9 different options at any given moment. And they've been working on a certain one that it's been going on for months now, and then when they finally execute it, it's like, okay, we've been working on this for a while. I expect whatever gets done next will be like that, where they've been talking to the team for 2 months now, trying to work out whether or not they want to do it in the framework and what would be acceptable, and then if they finally trigger it, and it likely has pieces in it that you didn't hear nothing about in rumor or something like that. So I think DeJounte is kind of what the media believes is possible, and I agree it's possible. But what will probably happen is a team out of nowhere like Portland or freaking Miami or something that you're not even looking at will end up with making a trade with you if you're the Lakers. Like I just think it's going to be some off the wall, out of nowhere type move that we likely make. But you know, if we're going to do something for DeJounte, I think his contract is nice, $18 million for the next 4 years. I wouldn't be against that if the Lakers could pull off something for DeJounte, so long as it doesn't involve us giving away futures. I don't really want to give away any picks, to be honest with you. But it's like second rounders are fine, I guess. If we got some second rounders to throw in, that would be what I would want to do to sweeten it. But to be honest with you, I'm in a weird space in regards to this roster. Because I think a lot of what will help us is not within necessarily a trade right now. If I'm trying to boost this team to make everything work out the way I like it to work out, I'm not moving around really much of anything. If anything, I'm just bringing certain things to me. I'm finding a way to replace D'Angelo Russell. So if I make a trade, it'll probably be a DeJounte Murray for D'Angelo Russell straight up. If not, if I can't do that, then I'll give him some second rounders. If they ain't taking that, then I don't care. I'm moving on to try to find a different role. Place for D'Angelo Russell, assuming that we're able to make a move for D'Angelo Russell, assuming he opts out or opts in or whatever the case may be. If he decides to opt in, which I told y'all months ago I think is what is likely. I don't care what nobody says. I don't think he's going to get more than $18 million a year, as to which I don't think he wants to leave LA that damn bad any damn way. So everything in my logic tells me that it's more likely he opts in with hopes to stay than opting out. I just don't think he opts out unless somebody blows his socks off. So all that talk about, oh, it's imminent, he opts out, this and that, I never believed those. I never believed that. I never believed that. I think even if his representation in himself believed that he was going to opt out, I felt they were going to find that nobody was going to pay them what they want to get paid. And so that's been my stance on that. I just think it's a good chance that we have his rights, that he opts in and it's a sign and trade situation, or that's pretty much it. Because the only teams that I really hear that are interested in him is like Orlando. And Orlando has other options, especially with Klay Thompson. What the word is, Klay Thompson is looking for another home. He don't want to be in Golden State if the reports are true. They're not going to pay him what he's supposed to be getting. His role is diminished dramatically. They got his successors in place. It's time for him to move on. It's time for Brandon Podziemski and Moses Moody to step into a bigger role. They still got Wiggins. They don't really need Klay anymore to move forward. So I think he's probably going to be the one to take the Orlando money, although he'll have more options than D'Lo. So if he does choose another spot, maybe D'Lo chooses Orlando. But ultimately, I don't think he's not going to have too many shortage of spaces to go. Not really. So not too many shortage of spaces. I think he'll be able to go where he wants to go for the most part, so long as he doesn't demand too much money. I think even us, I could totally see a double sign and trade, us sending D'Lo to Golden State, back to Golden State, and us taking on Klay Thompson. I could totally see that. And I personally think Klay Thompson is probably not who you want him to be anymore, but for $18 million and what it is that we'll have him do, I actually wouldn't mind having Klay Thompson in at $18 million. Now, he's probably going to want to get paid more than that, but if he'll be willing to take that, I'll be happy to have Klay Thompson on the Lakers, aging and all of that. Hey, buddy, what's up? I think he'll be good aging on our roster because of our timeline. And at that price, it doesn't hurt us from being able to do other things. I'm not saying I would welcome just any old trade for him or him signing for a big amount, but for under $20 million for Klay Thompson, I think that would be acceptable if the Lakers want to go the old man route, which you guys know I'm not big on, but talking about improving this team by a lot and bringing that type of catch and shoot player to your team. He's not going to have the same green light, I'd hope. But then again, you got a shooter like JJ coaching your team. I think it'll be great to have a sniper like that on our squad. Even though he's not who he used to be, I think he'll be rejuvenated by the fact that he's not on Golden State anymore. And the pressure for him to lead this squad doesn't exist. He just has, all he has to do is play the corner. Be in the corner, hit shots, and have those renaissance games where he goes for 30 points with 5 threes, 6 threes. That's it. Not something that I'm looking to do necessarily, but if I'm moving D'Lo Russell, I can do a lot worse than bringing in Klay. Now, I'd still need a point guard, but I think there are other ways to try to figure that position out, including letting Austin Reeves play that point guard, which I'm kind of hesitant to do, but I think he wants to do. And you listen to his representation, they're talking about how they believe J.J. Redick's going to bring more out of Austin than we've ever seen. I don't know. Sure. I mean, I'm up for it. I hope Austin's up for it too. And then you got Jalen Hood-Schifino, who you still need to develop. I imagine he's going to be slipping into the lineup to some degree next year if we don't trade him away. So I think the Lakers will go big in regards to the 17th overall pick if they don't have to move it. I believe we'll go big, but maybe we'll get our point guard there instead and just run another year with AD being the only real center out there. But I don't think that's smart. I think the Lakers have a lot of needs, but I think the center position is the hardest one to fill, especially with so many, with all due respect, washed-ass dudes that want to come in and play the center position for us. People they want to Capella and his overinflated contract. A few other players as well that I'm hearing that I'm not excited about, man. So I'd rather just get a center in the draft just simply because it's going to be harder, it seems, to find a center in the free agency that's worth the money that he's going to be paid. So that's really where I'm coming from. I don't like any of the center talk out there. People are talking about, I want to get this guy, that guy. None of them names excite me at all, man. So just give me a center in the draft. Hell, man, as crazy as it sounds, I wouldn't mind drafting 2 of them. I know that sounds a little wacky, but I could totally be happy with us taking Zach Edey and then picking up Adam Bonet as well in the second round. Like, I totally see the fruit in that because I just think that you need to solidify your center position several times over. I don't think we just need one center. I think we actually need 2. And that's really my take on things. I really believe that. Call me crazy, but I genuinely believe that. So it's just one of those situations, not only that, but I think I see a premium on the center position so they become valuable trade chips. So if you have them in place, people come looking for a big man, you got him. So I don't know. I don't think that that's very popular at all. But if the Lakers can buy themselves another second-round pick, I would not be against them using one of those picks on a center, regardless of what they do with 17 overall pick. Not popular, but it's about team building right now. I need some size, man. I don't want to run AD out there as the only center out there, and I get it. You can't play him at the 4. I get it. Some people say the same thing about some of these other centers, but I just don't agree. I don't put it like this. I've listened to people talk about how AD's not a 4, and then I look at Evan Mobley, and I say, why the hell not? Evan Mobley's been playing the 4 on a playoff team for the last 3 years. He can't stretch the floor. Next to a center that doesn't stretch the floor, they're doing just fine. So the logic behind people saying that he can't play the 4, or what's the guy's name? Alex Sarr can't play the 4. He has to be a 5. Explain Evan Mobley. That's literally all I have to say. Explain Evan Mobley. For those who say that, please explain to me what the hell Evan Mobley's doing. Because I'm sick of hearing that. I don't want to hear that Anthony Davis ain't a 4. He ain't a 5. So how's he not a 4? Oh, the spacing. Evan Mobley. Help me unsee Evan Mobley for the last 3 years, and I'll roll with that. I'm sorry, I'm not rolling. I need the Twin Tower effect if my center is that archetype. If the center that I'm using or the big man I'm using is that archetype. They're too small to guard the Klingons and the Jokic's and now Zach Edey's, they're not going to be able to guard these people. So why am I telling myself that a guy like that can't play the 4 when we know damn sure he had better play the 4 or he's going to get cooked by these big ass 280, 300 pound centers? I'm sorry, it just doesn't work. They have to play the 4 in certain cases. And look, I can have them play the 5s in certain lineups, but I must be able to audible out of that. I must. And that's why I don't think Alex Sarr should be going to Atlanta. Well, in theory, they actually have the center. Now think about it, Clint Capella, but you should probably want to get rid of Clint Capella. But there are better places for a guy like that who already have that center in place, and he can slip next to him and go back to the bench and put the stretch 4 in, stretch 5 in when necessary, and sub in for those guys. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to have a guy like Anthony Davis, Alex Sarr, Evan Mobley, who are fantastic defensive big men who you guys just have to play at the center, they're going to keep getting killed by people like Sabonis, bro. They're going to keep getting smoked by these dudes. You don't want them guarding these people, man. Now, maybe Alex Sarr comes in and proves me wrong because I haven't seen him against these people. Maybe he comes in and proves me wrong. But I look at him as the same body type as these two. So when I look at those 3 players, I say they're all the same thing at different levels, but the same damn thing. Alex Sarr, Evan Mobley, Anthony Davis, same damn thing. Big, tall, long, but not heavy. And so when they run into the heavy, they're getting pushed around and shot over. Now, Wemby doesn't have that problem because he's so much taller and longer than these people. But Anthony, no, you cannot tell me these people are centers, bro. And don't give me nothing about no damn spacing. Why? Because Evan Mobley. That's why. I don't want to hear it. Get my damn center on this team, man, and stop asking Anthony Davis to beat these guys who are heavier than him, bro. Enough. I'm sick of hearing that excuse. Truly, I really am. So that's something that needs to be said and said right now. I need my big man. And if it's, I really, at this point, I still, to this very second, think that the best fit for us in the draft is, what's his name? God, I can't think of nobody's name. It's not that Zach Edey, but the other guy, Holmes. I think he pretty much fits the bill because he's the most reliable defensive and 3-point shooting big in the range. So that's why I think he's probably the best bet for my 17th overall pick. But if he happens to be conveniently gone, draft Zach Edey, man. Draft Zach Edey, unless something weird is going on, like Holland drops or, Dillingham drops, we'll deal with the fit. If Dillingham drops, we'll deal with the fit, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and wreck my brain about, well, he can't defend. Nah, just get me my Allen Iverson-like dude, please. Don't leave him on the board for some fit. You grab him and then you trade him if you can't use him, but make sure he's on the team and deal with the fact that you got the value. It's the same thing I would have did last year if I just didn't want Cam Whitmore. For some crazy reason I just don't want Cam Whitmore, that's fine. Draft him and then trade him for who you do want, because Cam is worth more than that player. Oh, so let me see. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video. Video 44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.